So today we're going to do my Pan That palette update. This year I've been working on 2 eyeshadow palettes. I really didn't think of this through, quite honestly, but I'm having a lot of fun and I think these two complement each other. And also, like I said at the beginning of the year, I got like a cool tone palette here and I've got more of a warm tone. So I can have the best of both worlds, and they're both very like neutral leaning palettes. So I think I can get away with wearing these whenever I don't feel like wearing something colorful or crazy. I can just go into these. So I've been having fun. So anyway, I've got the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude and I've got the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego if you haven't been following me. And yeah, let's get to my update because I actually do have a pretty exciting update. I do have 2 new pans to share with you that I did not spoil in my beauty bank video. So they will be new pans that you have never seen. Alright, so let's go into my Huda Beauty Naughty Nude first. So this one, I'll put up on the screen what it looked like last time. I don't think this one really has changed all that much. I don't have a new pan in here, but obviously I have still been going into it and maybe there's been, I don't know, some changes. I personally don't see the changes, but there might be because I have not seen the before picture. But anyway, this is what the palette is looking like. I will also on this video have what it looked like at the beginning of the year and what it looks like now, because obviously with a midway point. I'll probably put that towards the end, towards the end of the video. But this is how it's looking right now. Hard to show you without, you know, it reflecting, obviously. But yeah, it looks good, I think. My use has been somewhat okay. I went into Filthy once, then I went into Please Me once, and I've gone into the shade Hypnotic 6 times this last month, and this is honestly my focus shade. I can just tell that I'm going to hit pan in it in the next month. It's just quite powdery now and quite easy to use as well. But it does lean obviously more warm tone, and so if I don't want to go warm tone, I don't use it. Then I went into Irresistible once. I went into, which one is Rough? I went into this one called Rough once. I went into Spicy once. I went into Arouse once. I went into Tantric once. I went into Naughty 3 times this month. And then Juicy, I went into it 3 more times. This one I hit pan in last month. And I think it's expanded just a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm very pleased with where this palette is looking right now. And I'm still having fun with it. I mean, I know I said I slowed down last month, but I feel like this month I've still just used it when I want to use it. I'm not feeling bad about it anymore. You know, if I don't use it, I don't use it. And honestly, compared to when I rolled it in at the beginning of the year, obviously I have the new pans in here. I think when I rolled it in, I only had 2 pans, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pans. So I have added 4 new pans in half a year. Is that bad or good? I don't really know, but I don't really care either. I'm not trying to finish this palette. I'm just trying to use it as much as possible this year because it is very old. The formula is going, and you guys also voted for me to use it, so that's why I'm using it. But I'm actually really happy that I decided to roll it into an option and you all voted for it because I have really enjoyed it. It has not been, I'm not like hate panning it at all. It's just if I don't feel like using it, I don't feel like using it. And I think what's really been good is the fact that I have 2 Pan That palettes, because if I don't feel like using the Naughty Nude, but I want to use one of my Pan That palettes, I go into my Shadow Kiss. Or if I don't want to use this, I go into my Naughty Nude. And it kind of just works out. It makes it so I don't feel like I have to use just one specific palette. I can actually spread the love. And maybe I like that. Maybe I prefer that. So anyway, that's my update for the Naughty Nude. No new pans to share, but it does look quite different. Actually, maybe I'll put it on the screen now what it looks like compared to when I rolled it in, and then you can see side-by-side comparisons. I think, you know, for 6 months, that's pretty decent. I'm assuming, I haven't actually seen the photo yet, but I'm assuming it looks pretty decent, and I'm pleased with myself regardless, because working on 2 palettes for 6 months is a little bit harder than just working on one, because one, I feel like you can just put all your focus. But like I said, I probably would have hate panned it at this point, because I have obviously done one palette for the year previously, and it's around this time where I just get a little bored. And so now I feel like I'm not getting bored of either of these two because I'm just enjoying it so much. So anyway, let's get into my Alter Ego Shadow Kiss. This is obviously a dupe for the Natasha Denona Glam palette, I think. And so anyway, I'll put up on the screen what it looked like last time. So this one has been slow rolling. Obviously, it has quite a lot of shimmers in here, and it does take me a little bit longer to hit pan in Alter Ego, especially those shimmers, because you don't really need to dig in there to really hit the pan. So it does take a bit of time. And I've only got 2 pans to show you, obviously, in that photo. However, I did say that I have 2 new pans to share. So I'm very excited about where we are with this palette. It's definitely picked up its pace quite a bit in the last few months, but this is what it's looking like. So we'll go through my uses, but you can see straight away there are a couple of changes here. I went into Vanish once, I went into Mist 2 times this month, and I did hit pan. Hopefully you can see that, but this is definitely one of the shades that I said I was focusing on hitting pan in terms of one of the shimmers that I wanted to try to hit pan on. I already had a significant dip in it from last time, and I only need to go into it 2 more times to hit pan, which were mostly in my inner corner. Then I went into Veil 2 times since the last update, and I went into Risk 4 times as well this month. This is just definitely, for some reason, my favorite shade in the palette. I don't really know why. So even if I don't feel like I need to go into it, I still go into it. Then I went into Disguise once. I think this is going to be the next shimmer that I try to hit pan on. And I didn't go into any of these. I did go into Desire 7 times this month. This is definitely the next matte shade that I'm going to try to hit pan on. You can see I have a pretty significant dip in it. I went into it again today, and I do like to mix this either with this one or this one just to change the tone of it. So I do use it quite often. And then here, this is the shade that I have been using in my brows. This one I've gone into 16 times since my last update. After 13 uses, I hit pan, and then I've gone into it 3 more times since I've hit pan. So this has taken a really long time, but it's because I've been using very small amount to use in my brows. I do put it on my lids as well. Like I said, I do use it with this one or on its own, but not obviously 16 times on my eyes. It's mostly been in my brows. Did not go into that one. I went into Umbra twice, and then I went into Zeal once since my last update. So those are the uses. And like I said, I've just been like really enjoying this. This one is the same thing with the Naughty Nude. I don't feel the need to go into it all the time. And then when I do go into it, if it's just for my brows, it's just for my brows. But I do want, like I said, I do have some focus shades. So I want to hit pan in Disguise next, and then I want to hit pan in Desire. I don't think I'll hit pan in Disguise by the next update, but if I get a little bit more use, I will be happy. And then Desire, I don't know. I mean, maybe I have a chance of hitting pan because it is quite, I don't know, it's quite a significant dip, but it's still not close to the pan because I can see right next to here. The pans they're not super shallow. So, and it just takes a little bit of time to hit pan on it. When I rolled it in, I had no pans, so it definitely has changed from no pans to now 4 new pans. So it's interesting, I've hit 4 pans in each palette in 6 months. So that's 8 pans in total, and definitely, my uses on everything has gone up. Everything looks a bit more loved, and I'm very pleased with that because it was a palette that I've loved in my collection for a long time, and it was never rolled into projects, and I just felt like I was neglecting this palette for so long, and now I've finally been working on it, and I've been really, really loving it. And so I'm happy that it feels like a palette that is loved in my collection, because it definitely is. And I just love the tones of it. It's just obviously like a cool tone, neutral palette. And I don't have many of them in my collection. I just have like pretty much 1 or 2 others, and that's it. So probably don't need more than that, but they are a little bit more rare than, let's say, like a warm tone neutral palette. I don't know, cool tone neutral palettes just seem to be a little bit rarer than anything else. And these tones, for me personally, this looks very gray, but it's just not. It just looks so beautiful, and I don't know what it is about that shade. So anyway, like I always do, I will also put up on the screen my total uses for each palette since I started this project right now. There you have it. Those are the updates for my Pan That palettes. Should I call it Pan Those palettes? I don't know what to call this video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you would like to. I'm filming this a little bit early because my next video that I wanted to post was actually all the pans that I've hit this year, but then I didn't want to spoil it for you. So I decided to film this one first, and then the next one's going to be all the pans that I've hit this year. So hopefully you enjoy that one, and I'll see you next time. Bye!